you are manifesting your specific person, and you are someone who's either in no contact with them. You feel that your SP is not changing. You feel that you are constantly worried in what if they hurt you again. You have consistent resentment against them. Then this video is for you. In this video, I will talk about some commonly asked questions that I get from my clients about their specific person, especially when they are on the journey to manifesting love, not just friendships, but love, right? These are questions that absolutely come up with that. I will also tell you how I teach my clients to reframe these thoughts, because I have seen that it's not really much about doing the exact perfect technique, detaching the exact perfect way. What it is really more about is on a daily basis when you get negative thoughts, on a daily basis when you get fears, on a daily basis when you're not feeling up to mark, when you're feeling afraid, when you're feeling worried, how do you deal with that? I have seen that dealing with that is a better way to manifest your specific person rather than just focused on consistently doing techniques, right? Of course, techniques help. This video is not about taking you away from techniques, but what I have seen is if you reframe these thoughts, that really helps you get to your journey and your manifestations faster. So the first thought that comes up for a lot of my clients is, if I'm in a no contact with my specific person, will they forget me? I get this question asked so many times, and this question is asked usually by two people, right? Two kinds of people. The first are the people who are working on themselves, but their SP is the one who has taken away the contact, right? So your SP stopped talking to you. The second kind of people that ask me this question is the group of people who have created a boundary with their specific person. And after creating this boundary, they are now in a no contact situation and they are worried what if their SP forgets them. And I understand this question. I understand when you are in a situation like this, when your partner is not talking to you, when your SP is not really in contact with you, you can have thoughts that what if this person leaves me? And to this, I always ask my clients to think about it from this perspective. No contact works both ways. So if they are in a no contact with you, you are also in a no contact with them. Have you forgotten about them? Do you still think about them? Of course, the answer to that is yes. Why else would you be watching this video, right? So, of course, the answer to that is yes. Of course, you still think about them. Of course, they cross your mind. Of course, you have thoughts and feelings about them, which proves to you that just because someone is in a no contact situation with you, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have forgotten about you. When you are constantly worried about that, this is a short sign that you really need to go back and focus on the self concept bits of your manifestation journey. Why is that? Because think about it. If I truly think I'm memorable, am I going to be worried if someone will forget me or not? If I truly think I bring a lot to the table, would I be worried if the other person will be thinking and missing me or not? My focus, if I am someone who is that person, would be focused on myself. I would be focused on not worrying if the other person is thinking about me. Instead, my focus would be more on the lines of how can I increase the quality of my life and my confidence to a level where I never have to worry if someone is thinking about me or not. The second thought that I get from a lot of people who are manifesting their specific person is, will my SP change? Now, first, your SP is a human being, right? No matter who they are a part of the human race. You yourself are also a part of the human race. Now, one thing about that is, if something is possible for you, it is possible for another person, right? Think about it this way. When you are asking this question, if my SP will change, will my SP transform? Will my SP be a different person? Am I supposed to trust their ability to change because somewhere I'm not able to do that? Then the question that you need to ask yourself is, do I trust in my ability to change? Do I believe I am someone who can change? Because if the answer to that is yes, if your answer to that is yes, I am changing, yes, I believe I can change, then why cannot your specific person? What makes you in a better position than them? Nothing, right? So, realizing this is a really helpful tool to make sure that you're not constantly worried if your SP will change or not. Because if you can change, if so many of my clients can change, if their SPs can change, why cannot your SP? Your SP is not a different animal or a different alien, right? They are a part of the human race. And if, as a human, you have the ability to change, they can change too. And remembering that is very, very important. A lot of times we just feel that I am the only person who will have this effort, who will do this effort to change. But you have to realize Every person does that at some point in their life. Why cannot it be the current point in your SP's life too? Remembering that really helps you stay in touch with your new self concept. The third thought that I get from a lot of people is, what if my SP hurts me again? How can I be guaranteed that they won't leave me? So, I'm going to give you a little secret about relationships. There is absolutely no guarantee that a relationship is lasting or will last till the day the one person in the relationship dies. Right? I hope I am clear with this. Let me clarify this again. There is no guarantee that a relationship is going to last unless and until one person dies. Because when one person dies, you can say, oh, when I started this relationship till this person passed away, we were together. So this relationship, that it was completely successful. Any relationship can end at any given point of time, and that's okay. That's just how relationships work, and that is just how life is. This in no way, shape, or form is me saying your SP will leave you. This is me telling you that the guarantee that you're looking for doesn't exist, right? What you are trying to escape is uncertainty. You don't ever want to feel unloved, unsafe, and abandoned again. Because that is the case, you're just trying to gather the guarantee that my SP will never leave me so that you can completely feel safe again. But the key to feeling safe is not telling yourself my SP will never leave. It's also not telling yourself that they would leave. It is about being clear that any relationship can end, but the easiest way I can make sure that my relationships last and are consistent is to keep on working on myself, which will also inspire the other person to keep on working on themselves. So instead of trying to gather a guarantee, think of this in terms of probabilities, right? Nothing is a guarantee. Even you waking up tomorrow, it's not a guarantee. Even me waking up tomorrow, it's not a guarantee. But there is a very high probability that you will, and there is a very high probability that I will. I know that this is not really easy to hear, and I know that sometimes the way that I'm representing these thoughts can be slightly cold, can be slightly towards a very practical approach, but that is what really helps you get to a better reframe in your mind. All I'm doing is I'm increasing the probability of making my relationships last. If I can increase my probability of making my relationships last from 50% to 95% just by working on myself, why wouldn't I take that trade? Even you cannot even kill all the germs. As Dettol says, it's 99.9%. That is also not a guarantee. So instead of trying to guarantee to yourself that my SP won't leave, tell yourself I can increase my chances of having a fulfilling relationship by working on myself. And that version of me is not worried if my SP will leave, because why would they? And even if they do, I will be fine. Right? That's the best way to actually get to that security within yourself, because the security that you're looking for comes from yourself. It's not from the other person. Think about it. Let's say another person comes and tells you, I will never leave you, and then they do. What will you do then? What will you do with that guarantee? Nothing, right? It's just a way to make yourself feel safe. But you can do that today by telling yourself, one thing is guaranteed, that I will never abandon myself. One thing is guaranteed, that I will never betray myself. I will always keep myself safe. And then you will see the world around you reflecting that. This is in no way, shape, or form, again, I'm telling you, me saying that your SP will leave. This is me telling you that reframing your thoughts this way stops you from constantly trying to seek security outside. One last thing that really comes up for a lot of people that I really just want to help you with is that you need to stop blaming your SP for the choices that you took. I was talking to one of my clients, right? And she told me this statement. She said, Karan, I really, really resent my SP for the way that he treated me. He never gave me a commitment. All these years that we were together, he was constantly talking to this person and that person, etc. And I'm not trying to make justifications for this person, but the resentment that this person has against her SP is the resentment that is created because of her own choices. She's the one who chose to stick along in this relationship when she knew that this person is not giving her what she wants. She's the one who chose to stick along even when this person was talking to other people. And that's okay. We have all done that at some point in our life. And that is in no way, shape, or form me saying that because of this, she deserves to suffer. Absolutely not. And I think if she's watching this video, she knows what I'm talking about, right? This is just me saying that you don't need to create unnecessary resentment against people. You can just say they took this choice, I enabled it, and that is why it turned out this way. Because why would I want to have unnecessary resentment against someone? You can choose not to be with this person. That's fine. You can choose to be with this person. That's fine. But don't create that unnecessary resentment, because it doesn't just harm your dynamic with your partner, it harms your perception of the gender that your SP is representing. So if I'm thinking, oh, men are this way, it is usually because some guy in my life has done something like that is making me assume that men are this way. But why would I want to create unnecessary negative assumptions? So I really hope that this video helps you get to a better reframe of your thoughts while manifesting a specific person. If you have any other specific things that come up for you that make you feel stuck in this journey, comment them down below. I will try to cater to those points in some way, shape, or form. I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.